You'll see it being used a lot in weightlifting, but as soon as you start using it for overcoming injuries, it'll change how you move. Hey team, today I'm going to show you an approach you can start using on your injury journey that you might not be familiar with yet, that's going to help you optimize the results you've been getting. In order to do this, I want to borrow a concept from the world of weightlifting. So let me explain what that is first before I crack into how you can use it. So as you'll see here, I'm just doing a back squat, and I want you just to have a look at this clip compared to this clip and see if you notice anything specific. If you haven't picked up on it, let me point it out to you. So in this clip on the left, watch how at the very bottom of the movement, I do this little bounce in order to get myself back up again. But in the clip on the right, I'm not doing that. I'm really slow and I'm really controlled when I'm at the bottom. So I'm not relying on any momentum to get me to the top of the movement. You'll see this happening a lot in the world of weightlifting, and it can be very useful for that purpose if you're looking to push weight or you're looking to use all the momentum of your body to get weight up. And other examples can be seen in the bench press here, where I am using my chest to leverage that weight up. And also here where I'm using the deadlift I'm using the ground to like bounce the bar off in order to get my body up, as you can see. So let's just go back to the squat for a moment. Now, as you can see here in this image, I have split the squat up into 4 quarters. Now the reason I've done this is because I want to illustrate how if you generate enough momentum on the way down in the first 3 quarters of this movement, it's often enough for you to do that bounce I was speaking about and completely bypass that bottom quarter. So in other words, you don't have to be as strong in that bottom quarter if you generate so much power in those first 3 quarters. Like I showed you here with the bounce, if I get a good enough bounce, it's like I don't even need that bottom quarter strength. But today's video is all about targeting that bottom quarter. So if you look at this clip here, I am not doing the same bounce I was doing in the previous clip. I'm actually like controlling the squat in that bottom quarter and sitting there and just allowing tension to build up, because if I'm allowing tension to build up, I'm allowing the joint to adapt. I'm allowing all the areas in the knee to adapt, and that's exactly what you need. It might be what you're missing. If you want to go a step further, which is something we're going to tap into today, you'll see how I not only stay slow and controlled in this squat, but I actually do a quarter rep. So I go up a quarter of the way and then I go back down. So previously in that bounce squat, I talked about how like we're not even using the bottom quarter there. Whereas in this squat, I'm actually like putting more emphasis on that bottom quarter. So you may not be doing squats. That might be the farthest thing from your focus if you're trying to recover from an injury. Now, I want to make the distinction. This is a weightlifting concept, but we're going to borrow it and apply it to the world of injury rehab and overcoming injuries. Lots of members of the Move Forever community have been using approaches like the bottom quarter in order to achieve greater adaptation of their tissues and get some great results. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how you can apply it to injuries. I'm going to use the ATG split squat as an example. Now, regardless of how experienced you are at this or where you are on your injury journey, it doesn't matter. You can apply this principle, and if let's say you're here, this is what a normal split squat looks like, but if we're adding the quarter, it's going to look like this, where we go down, we go up a quarter of the way, then we go down again, then we go up. If you're not here and you're still using a bit of height to make this easier, you're still going to do the same thing. So you might normally do this, but for now you're actually going to go down, go up a quarter of the way, then go down again. So we're getting an extra little rep in the bottom quarter. Once again, down, up to a quarter, down, and all the way up. And that's for a knee injury. You can apply that to whatever injury you're dealing with and whatever body part you want to target. So if I use another example of the principle, let me just do a push-up. So again, a normal push-up is this. But if we want to create a bit more tension in that bottom quarter position, we'll go down, up a quarter, down, and then up. Even if you want to regress that to your level, if you can't do a push-up and you're still recovering from a shoulder injury, let's say, you would just go on your knees and do the same thing. So up a quarter. As you can see, it's all about creating a little bit more tension in what is often an underdeveloped range, which is the bottom quarter. So if you want to use the bottom quarter approach as well as multiple different approaches to overcome the specific injury you're dealing with, you can jump on the Move Forever community, where you'll have access to various programs designed specifically for the body part that you're experiencing injuries in, and you'll also get an opportunity to receive support from me and the team in there. The link for that is in the description of this video, and also stay tuned for the next video where I'll be covering an injury that you may have picked up in your school days and how overcoming it can unlock movement potential you didn't even know you had.